Previously, we have learned double angle formula, like here 2.8, which is cosine 2 alpha equals 1 minus 2 sine alpha squared. Okay. Now, this question required us to use cosine alpha to express sine alpha over 2 squared, cosine alpha over 2 squared, and tangent alpha over 2 squared, using only cosine alpha to express that. Okay? Actually, that means if we know cosine 2 alpha, then we know all the three values here. All right. So if we look back to 2.18, that was the one right here. Cosine 2 alpha equals 1 minus sine alpha. Okay. So if we let 2 alpha equals beta, we will let this one be beta. Then you may rewrite cosine 2 alpha is just cosine beta. And then if you divide both sides by 2, what you get will be alpha equals beta over 2. So then here, 1 minus 2 sine 1 - 2 sine alpha squared, but alpha is beta over 2. So you will have a 2 times sine beta over 2 squared. Well, here is beta, here is beta, and here is alpha, here is alpha, but they are the same. Because, you can use different variable in the formula. Okay? Now, then from here, we may get sine alpha over 2 squared equals 1 minus cosine alpha over 2. Steps are not really that hard. Here is negative, so let's put negative in front of it. So then you have a cosine alpha negative. Okay, because you put negative everywhere. And then negative comes to be positive. So then you have a negative here, and here will be positive. Sine alpha over 2 squared. Okay. So then, if we add 1 on both sides, these 2 will be cancelled. This one and this one will be cancelled. So what you get is 2 sine alpha over 2 squared on the right-hand side. Left-hand side, you then have a 1 minus cosine alpha. Left-hand side. You write left-hand side on the right. That's that. Okay? So, one more step we are done is if you divide everywhere by 2, and then cancel this one. So left-hand side, you have a sine alpha over 2 squared, which is the one here. And this is the right-hand side. 1 minus cosine alpha divided by 2 is the one right here. Normally we call this is a kind of half angle formula. Half angle. Okay. But you do not want to remember the half angle formula. Then there are too many formulas. Okay. So this is the way we actually derive the half angle formula. All right. This one is the same. This one, similar. Similarly, you can get this one. You see right here. You have previously we learned is what? Cosine 2 alpha equals 2 cosine alpha minus 1. That's what we get before. Okay. So basically, this is the one. Now, if you replace this one, if you replace this one is half alpha, then this one will be alpha. Because 2 alpha is twice as much as alpha. And alpha is twice as much as alpha over 2. So then basically we got this one easily. Okay? So it's not really that hard. And then again, by the similar steps we did right here. Okay, you see down here, if we add 1, you will cancel that. You put 1 here. Okay, so then what we get will be what? Right-hand side is only 2 cosine alpha over 2 squared left for the right-hand side. Positive, negative cancelled. And then left-hand side is 1 plus cosine alpha, left-hand side. So you write on the right, and then divided by 2 on both sides. Okay. So cancel these 2. You then have this one left. You see the one right here. Okay. So right-hand side, 1 plus cosine alpha over 2 is the one right here. Okay. So you have a sine alpha over 2 squared equals 1 minus cosine alpha over 2. You have a cosine alpha over 2 squared is 1 plus cosine alpha over 2. Minus, you get sine squared. Plus, you get cosine. You see the sine here is very important thing. Very delicate. Minus sine alpha over 2 squared. Plus cosine alpha over 2 squared. And then using this one as numerator, this one as denominator, you shall have a what? You shall have a tang alpha over 2 squared is the ratio of this one over this one. Okay, so how do you get that? You do is, this is numerator, divided by 2. Denominator is the one here, so 1 minus 1 plus cosine alpha over 2. Okay, is the one here divided by the one here. Because this one divided by that is the one, this one divided by that. Flip it, you have a 1 minus cosine alpha over 2 flip the second one. You have 2 over 1 plus cosine alpha. Cancel these 2. Then you have 1 minus cosine alpha here. Downstairs is 1 plus cosine alpha right here. Okay, so that will be the half angle formula for tangent. All right. Okay, I'll see you next time.